Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. I am talking today about cream and liquid blushes. They are all the rage. I truly do love them because they give such a natural flush to the face. They look very your skin but better, but there are a lot of options out there. So what I have done today is I have ranked these blushes in the order in which I prefer them, and I have different reasonings why, some based on color, some based on packaging. So if that sounds like something you're interested in seeing, just keep on watching. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different liquid and cream blushes here, and I am going to just start at the bottom. So my least favorite that I have tried is this right here from e.l.f. This is their Monochromatic multi-stick in the shade Bronzed Cherry. It looks like this. The packaging is a little bit messy. I'm going to swatch each one of these for you. So this one is going to go right here. And the problem with this one is that it has a very strong shimmer to it. It has no scent, but the shimmer is just a lot. I've used it in videos. If you really, so while it's not my preference, if you are a person that wants that glow, that glittery glow, that bronzy beach glow, that's good for some days, just not often for me, then this may be one for you. And it's very inexpensive, seems to last a decent amount of time. The next one I have is from Rare Beauty, and this is in the shade Love, and this is a liquid blush, and I'm going to swatch this one for you. This is what this one looks like, and I will tell you, while I do enjoy this, I have this at the bottom just because it is very hard to control. You need the smallest dab and it dries quickly. So if you were to tap, I've seen people tap this on their face and I just make a mess of it. So because it is so hard to control, I find myself not reaching for it as much. But if you have that gentle hand and are not a bull in a china shop like me and can control, then this one could be great for you. They have matte versions and they have more shimmery versions of this liquid blush. So the next one I have is a mini of the Fenty Cream blush, and this is in the shade Fenty Glow. I got this in a holiday set that was on sale at Sephora. I got a cream blush, a highlighter, and the gloss bomb. And truly, I bought it for the gloss bomb. Love the gloss bomb, but the highlight and the cream blush, not so much. When you put it on, it just doesn't show up. It's just, it could be a color choice, but it's just a little too light for me. I find that it blends right into my bronzer. So again, I find myself not reaching for it for that reason. The next one I have is from Milk, and this is another mini that I got for my birthday from, I believe, Sephora. And this is a cream blush in the shade Work. And this one is a little bit sticky. It doesn't seem to dry down to a powder like the other ones do as much, and it's very pink. I don't find myself reaching for pink shades very much, and I mean, I do recommend if you can get, if pink is your favorite shade of blush and you enjoy Milk products, I would, if you can get the mini, I would do that because this is going to last me forever. I have the Milk bronzer and it's going to last a long, long time. Staying power, okay. Okay, the next one is pretty new to me, but I have been testing it out, and this one is from NYX, and this is their Sweet Cheeks. I do believe this is a newer product, and the reason why this is a little on the lower side is just because of the packaging. I don't love the doe foot applicator on it because I find that the product itself is a little bit dry and it's just difficult to apply. And I'm not comfortable tapping it on my face because it does seem to dry on the fast side. So applicator is probably my biggest issue with that one, and it is a very bright pink, but sometimes we have a cool tone look that I think calls for a pink. You need a couple pinks in your collection, but you will see a pattern of the shades that I prefer. Now the next one is the Flower Beauty. This one is the Blush Balm, and I picked it up in Cinnamon. So now we're getting into the ones that I truly find myself reaching for more or prefer. So this one is a squeeze tube, and it goes on easily. I will put this on my hand and spread it out, and it's sheer enough that it doesn't take over your face, and it does dry down. So I do like this one. It's just not my tippy top favorite. They do have lots of other shades. And then its cousin, honestly, when I bought it, I giggled because this one is so similar. This is the one from Milani, and it's the Cheek Kiss. This was one of my very first liquid blushes, and this one is very similar to the Flower Beauty, so I would think that they're almost exactly the same. There is the Milani, maybe it's a tinge lighter, but very nice. Also dries down to a nice matte finish. It does have good lasting power like the Flower Beauty. The next one is the Colourpop Blush Stick. Now this one is nice. I just, again, very similar. This one is a little bit softer than the other ones, and it is a peachy brown. So if you prefer a stick, you might like this. This next one, this Creme blush, is a nice cream. And the nice thing about that one is it is $1, and it stays pretty darn well. So I will travel with products like that. Nobody likes to travel and have their products broken, so that is a good option. The next one is from e.l.f. Their Putty Blush I very much enjoy. They are pigmented, so I do tend to go a little heavy-handed with them, but you can be careful. This is in the shade Bali. I like it because it's so inexpensive, and it really has one of the best staying power. So here is Bali. And it really, let me swatch that again. I mean, it dries down pretty quickly. It's almost to a powder right now. So there is Bali on my hand. And two more up, I have a very strong dupe for that in the Tower 28. Okay, so top four. Here we are getting into the top four. This next one was a surprise for me. This one is the Milani Cream Blush. I have this one in the shade Nude Kiss, which I was a little disappointed with the shade. I expected it to be a little more browny peach. As you can see, that's kind of what I go for. This one is much more pinky peach than I appreciate, than I wanted. I mean, that looks straight pink to me. That looks pink, but it has a purpose. And so that was one disappointment. However, the other thing that made me nervous is it looks a little greasy in the pan. If you look at that pan up close, it kind of looks greasy as you're running your finger in it. But it truly does dry down to a powder finish, and it goes on very, very nicely. So that is Nude Kiss. So that's a good idea to know if you're looking for more of a warm tone. I think this is more cool toned. Okay, top three, which technically are top two because the number 1 and 2 are from the same brand. So number 2 is my Honest Beauty blush. This will always have a special place in my heart because this is the first cream blush that I ever tried, fell in love with. If you watched my video about food, about makeup that smells good enough to eat, it was in that video. This product is well loved. I got it in the shade Peony Pink. It smells delicious. It smells like sweet fruit. And I am going to rub my finger in there, and we are going to go right here with it. And you can see how much pinker that looks. But honestly, the reason why I picked that shade is because that's all that Ulta had available. I will go on the Honest Beauty website and get more. My goodness. But this is so beat up, but well loved, and I am going to get more shades of it because it's just a pleasure to put on your face when you smell it. And then the top two are both from Tower 28. Now, the newer one to me is very similar to the e.l.f. Putty Blush, so if you are on a budget and don't want to spend, I don't know what this is, 20, 22, and would rather spend 6, you could do that. But I do very much appreciate the Tower 28 blushes because they are easy to control, they're pigmented, and they last and last and last, and truly this will last you a long time. So the newer one to me is called Power Hour, and it is a nice brownie nude. There it is right there. That is the Power Hour shade. And then the first one that I ever got that I fell in love with was the shade Golden Hour. And this is way more peachy orange, okay? We need a new spot to swatch, so I'm gonna go right down here. So that is number 1. And this one is the Golden Hour. So when I'm going for my coppers and my bronzes, this is the one that I want. So I hope that is helpful. I truly think that it is worth a try. Now, as far as application, let me back up and talk about application for a second. I do appreciate a stipple brush when I put on my cream or a liquid blush. Honestly, I generally put it on the back of my hand and then tap and then go in with it. You can use a more fluffy brush like this one from Luxie. It's going to blend it out a little bit more. I think this one's going to put it on a little bit heavier. I mean, brushes make a difference. This one's going to be fluffier, so it's going to fan it out more. So it could be a personal preference. I am not one to tap it on my face. I just feel like I get an uneven application if it dries too fast. So I hope this was helpful. I love cream and liquid blush. I think it's very popular right now for a reason. If you do pick up one and are unable to return it, maybe because you don't like it or you're keeping it for the color, if you want to extend the life of that product, then I would suggest putting it on, letting it set for a couple minutes, and then going in a little bit later and setting it with a powder blush on top. Just be careful that you don't go too far. I'm a little heavy-handed with my blush, but I love blush. I think it really gives life to the face. So if you are new here, please subscribe before you leave. Give the video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel when you do that. And leave a comment letting me know that you were here. Have a fabulous day.